What if being easy on yourself wasn't weakness, but the key to walking in strength? In today's episode, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to give yourself grace and love. Your Creator, God the Father, gives you an abundance of grace and love on a regular basis, whether you know it or not. So if He does that for you, who are you to deny yourself the same level of grace and love? And that's what we're going to unpack today in today's episode. My name is Thaddeus Ford. I'm an artist, a coach, and a heart attack survivor. And I teach people how to break chains in their lives and turn tragedies into triumph. I've been guilty of being my own worst critic for a good portion of my life. But today, I woke up this morning with a strong, strong urge in my spirit to give myself grace, to be easy on myself. Those words literally hit my soul this morning. Be easy on yourself. And it is such a simple statement, but it has such profound impact. And I know it did for me. So I wanted to share that with you today. And oftentimes we think of being easy on ourselves or someone else as a sign of weakness. But I want to reframe that. And I want to reframe that for you so that you can walk away with the knowledge, the new knowledge. Being easy on yourself is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of power and strength. Here's the reality. None of us deserves God's grace. But for whatever reason, He loves us so much that He gives it to us freely, daily. Graces abound in every area of our lives, throughout our lives. And that's not to say that we get to take it for granted, because God is God and He can do whatever He wants to do. But for whatever reason, He affords us so much, an abundance of love and grace. And if the God who created this entire universe, who sits on top of it like the king that He is, if He can afford you grace, then who are you to deny yourself grace? Who are you to disagree with that? Who are you to say, nah, God, you're wrong. I don't deserve grace. You don't deserve grace. But who are you to tell Him not to give it to you? So if that's true, that you're a fool to deny God the opportunity to afford you grace, then are you not equally as much of a fool to deny yourself that same grace, to receive that grace from Him? Withholding grace from yourself is disagreeing with God about how He feels about you. And here's another thing. God planted seeds in all of us. God planted the seeds of His purpose in all of our hearts. And His purpose is multifaceted, multi-layered, multi-dimensional. So He planted just a small portion of it in all of us. So His purposes are to be manifested in this earth through you, through me, through him, through her, through all of us. And it's a gift. It's a gift from Him that He planted inside of you. So you honor Him, you honor yourself by pursuing that purpose passionately, with fervor, not passively, but with intention. And when you identify with that purpose that He placed in you, then your identity then is from Him, because you are connected to His purpose. You recognize and you identify with the God-given divine purpose that's buried inside of your heart. That's where your identity is, in Him, in His will, in His purposes. And so there's work to do. There's work to do. The purpose that He placed in your heart is how you should be defining your life. The work that you do should be in lockstep with the identity, the purpose that He placed in your heart. And we're not talking about the job you do. We're not even talking about the career you choose. For example, It was told to me in 2012 that I was a teacher. That's my spiritual gift. So I don't have a teaching certificate. I am not a teacher in a classroom Monday through Friday, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm not even a tenured professor at a university, but I am a teacher. That is my gift. Every gift that I have is filtered through that gift. When I'm playing the trumpet on stage, I am a teacher. When I'm recording my podcast, I am a teacher. When I'm writing, I am a teacher. When I am having conversations with my children, I am a teacher. When I'm having a conversation with strangers, I am a teacher. So that is the umbrella of my purpose, as it were. And so the work that I do on a daily basis is in sharpening that saw, in sharpening what it means to be a effective teacher through the various things that I do in my life. What does it mean to be a teacher through being a trumpet player? What does it mean being a teacher as a parent? What does it mean being a teacher as a thought leader in society? When we talk about our work, that's what I'm talking about. Who are you? Who did God create you to be? If you're a teacher like me, you can be, as a job, as a profession, a garbage man, but you will find a way how to be a teacher as a garbage man. If you have the spirit of counseling, if that's part of your gifts, then you could be a police officer, but you're going to find a way to filter that gift through whatever job and whatever scenario you find yourself in. And make no mistake about it, that is work. It is work. It's good work. It's tiring work. It can be overwhelming at times in our human condition. But make no mistake about it, that is your work. And that leads me to my next point. When we work hard towards our purposes, then we get fatigued. So rest is important. Rest is necessary. Rest is not optional. Rest is necessary. Rest like your life depends on it, because it does. And I don't just mean in the literal sense or in terms of, if you don't rest, you're going to expire. That could be the case. And, you could work so hard that you work yourself into an earlier grave. That could be the case. But what I mean is, once you identify with that purpose and you're working daily in that purpose, then you need to rest and recover as much as you work. As a trumpet player, as a trumpet educator and a performer, one of the things that I teach my students is that you've got to rest as much as you play. So when I'm pressing that metal mouthpiece against these soft lips, which have hard teeth behind them, I'm essentially cutting off the circulation of blood in my lips when it's pressed. So I need to recover. I need to remove the mouthpiece from my mouth so that my lips, the blood can recirculate. Otherwise, my endurance, there it is, my endurance is going to be shot. So if I don't rest as much as I play, then it doesn't matter what my purpose is. It's because it's going to be rendered ineffective if I'm overzealous with it and not getting enough rest to recover so that I can get back to it, fight the good fight of faith, pursue my purpose passionately. Rest is not an option. Rest is necessary. Rest is not arrogant. Rest is not lazy. Rest is not weakness. Rest is necessary, particularly if you are in lockstep with your identity and your purpose in this world. Your divine identity and purpose in this world. You have a job to do. You're on a mission here. You're not here because God had nothing or nowhere else to place you. You are here to fulfill a divine assignment in this world. Take that serious. Take your time serious. And as we pursue our purpose with passion, we prove what we value. We prove what we understand. Not what we say, but what we pursue passionately. That's who we are. That's what we believe. In our pursuit, we never want to become overzealous. We never want to strive. And we always have to make room for the truth. Those who wait on the Lord shall mount up with wings like eagles. So you've got to wait on the Lord as you pursue your purpose in this world. What does that mean? So many people get that misconstrued, right? Waiting is not taking a nap. And again, we're speaking figuratively here. Waiting is not distracting yourself. To wait on God means that you are watchful. To wait on God means that you are open and receptive to how he's moving. There are times where it will appear that God is being silent in your life, that you can't see, you can't find him. He's always there, but it will appear to you. But I believe that that's the time where you need to seek deeper. You need to seek further. Not again, not in a striving, but in a trusting manner, And that's the bottom line. When we are at peace, then we can trust that if we wait, then it's going to turn out in our favor. Most people can't wait because they don't trust. And when you don't trust, you make decisions, temporary decisions based on fleeting feelings. You make decisions that you wouldn't normally make when you are grounded, when you are walking in faith, when you are trusting. So we've got to be very, very careful that in our pursuit, in our passionate pursuit, that we're not striving. But in all things we do, we have an anticipation. So many people get lost in well, am I supposed to be here doing this? Am I supposed to be there? Wherever you are, there you are. Wherever you are, there are your gifts. Resist the lust of the flesh, of the eye, of the ear, of the this, that, and the other, to say, I'm supposed to be here, and until I get there, then I can't, I won't, I don't. Wherever you are, that's where you are planted right now. So be that person that you are called to be wherever you are. Don't despise the day of small beginnings. Wherever you are could be the very necessary preparation for wherever he's taking you. So you seek after him through identifying with him and pursuing your purpose passionately wherever you are, with full anticipation that two things, full anticipation that God, if you want to bring me somewhere else to do this thing the way you want me to do it, I'll go. God, if this is it, this is where you planted me, and this is where I'm going to be, I'm into it. Both of those things. Because the truth of the matter is that waiting on God is not killing time, it's keeping time, his time. We've got to be easy on ourselves. That's the point. We've got to be easy on ourselves because God gives us grace. God gives us love. So we've got to give ourselves that same grace and love. Being easy on yourself is not about checking out. It's about checking in with him. All of us are submitted to something or someone, whether you know it and or agree with it or not. We are all submitted to something and or someone. So why not be submitted to the one who created you? And when you are submitted to him and you're pursuing your passion, you're pursuing your purpose passionately, I should say, as you are submitted to him, then you seek him. And when you're being easy on yourself, you're in agreement with him. And there's nothing more powerful or impactful on us pursuing our purpose than in checking in with him and in our spirit hearing, well done, good and faithful servant. Carry on. Do your thing. Because your thing is now my thing, or rather, my thing is now your thing. There's nothing more empowering than to feel that deep down in your spirit. You need to have that experience of locking in with him and feeling deep down in your spirit that this is what I was created to do for such a time as this. And when you have that, you walk in authority because you have orders, you have marching orders from the creator of the universe. Man, who can stop that? And so, if you want to walk in authority, why not get the authority from the ultimate general? Don't go to a private next to you. Don't even go to the sergeant. Go to the general. You have access to the same general. Go to the general and say, "What are we doing today, sir?" So, if you want to walk in power and authority, then go to the one who created you. Go to the one who gave you that purpose. I can tell you that you're going to move differently when you have the authority of the Father, not just your own wishful thinking, not the authority of man, but God's authority. You move different. You move different. You move different when you're full of His grace, and grace does not slow you down. Grace strengthens your stride. So I hope from the bottom of my heart that this encourages you today. Whatever day you find yourself listening to this or watching this, it was my hope when I woke up and heard this in my spirit that I could first, that I could walk in it and then share it with you so that you can walk in it and see the fruit of what being easy on yourself can do for you. And then when you have that grace on you that you receive, you can then share that. You can embody that in your life. And anyone in close proximity are now in a position to receive that same grace, to receive that same love. And that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. God loves you, and He's trying to show you. God forgives you, and He's trying to show you. So receive that. Then love yourself. Give grace to yourself. Forgive yourself. And then love someone else. Extend grace to someone else. Forgive someone else. Until the next episode, I hope that you receive this message, share this message, and grow from this message. Peace.